plaintiff, Adam Mejia, says the defendant is an attractive girl, and she uses her good looks to manipulate men and women. Adam says he loaned his friend a car to take the defendant on a date, and the defendant drove the car and wrecked it, so he's suing. Defendant Karina Villegas says Adam has some nerve talking about her when he's the one who cheats on his boyfriend, and she has the pictures to prove it. Karina admits to damaging Adam's car, but insists she was only driving because his friend was drunk.
Tell me what happened.
As you can see, Karina is a very attractive girl. She uses her good looks to get what she wants from a lot of people. In one instance, actually, she flirted with an older gentleman for her to be able to drive his Ferrari. But she's not even into guys. She's actually into girls, lots of girls. She.
What do you mean, lots
of girls? Oh, really, Mister? I'm into. Isn't this you? Let's see here. Cheating on your boyfriend in Miami, Florida.
Let me see. What do you want? I'm just saying. What point are you proving here?
Those were actually photographs taken Miami, Florida, with Adam. The money that
you're suggesting that he's gay? Is that what you're trying to say? What are you saying about these pictures?
He is gay.
All right.
So
he says you're gay and he's gay, right?
Yes.
All right, no problem. Is there any problem with that? Do we have a problem here?
Where I was getting with those pictures was that he actually took. So can I start from the beginning? Okay.
No, we're gonna let him give the background. This is his case. Go ahead.
Well, actually, I met her the day that everything happened to my car.
Oh, okay.
I let my friend borrow my car because she wanted to take Karina on a date. They met at a lesbian football league, same football league that her girlfriend's in.
Why can't it just be a football league?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess they met at a football league. My friend asked to borrow my car for her to take her on a date.
Let me just say this as well. I mean, if either one of you are homosexual or whatever, why is that necessary to bring it up? You know what I mean? What actual difference does that make? That has nothing pertaining to the case, what your sexual orientation is. You know, and when people do that, it's almost as if you're saying there's some type of difference between you and the rest of society, when there isn't. When people say, well, he's a gay person. He's a person. Mm-hmm. You don't have to tell me he's gay. When they say that, well, sexual orientation doesn't make a difference. Well, why you mention sexual orientation? You got me? Mm-hmm. So in the future, just refer to each other as human beings. Your sexual orientation doesn't matter. I don't go around saying Doyle, who likes 3 women at a time, didn't come in to work yesterday. What does that have to do with him liking 3 women at a time? I just should say Doyle didn't come to work. I don't have to talk about his freakish ways. I just say he didn't come to work. So that's a lesson primarily to the viewers. But, you know, everybody's the same, at least when they get in my courtroom.
Defendant Karina Villegas was friends with the plaintiff, and she claims he constantly cheats on his boyfriend. And Karina has the pictures to prove it.
So she ran off with a friend.
Mm-hmm. Correct, yeah.
And what happened?
Well, that night...
Let him finish.
No, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
That night, they went out. They got drunk. My friend got too drunk to drive, so she let Karina drive the car without my acknowledgement, obviously. And there was damages to the car. It looks like it was $5,000 worth of damages just to the car. And I have
let me see the car. Ma'am, tell me whatever background you want me to know, and then tell me what happened.
What happened was Kim and I went out, and she got too belligerent. I, sober one, was driving the car. There is a neighborhood where their curves are really extremely big, and I was going speed limit. I turned too fast. I admit I turned too fast and causing the tires popped and the rims were cracked. So when Kim called Adam, he was like freaking out. He was like, oh my God, my baby, my poor car, blah, blah, blah. So what happened was I told him I had signed a document saying that I would pay for the damages to the car.
Okay.
And I'm just really upset that he would, do this. I mean,
Why?
we're supposed to be friends, and
Okay.
so it kind of hurts my feelings a little bit.
Well, no, we weren't friends when she wrecked my car.
You just met her,
I met her. The reason I met her was because she wrecked my car.
Through the time we became friends.
He began the friendship after you wrecked his car.
Yes.
You're good. All right. Go ahead.
So we both agreed that I would replace his rims and that I would pay the
Deductible, because that's what he's suing for.
right. So then I said, well, how about if I just buy you, wheels, which cost me about $600. And here's a picture.
Let me see it. Are they the same or the same cost as the ones you damaged?
No, the ones that were on that car were, I can't,
They're BBS. They're not the same at all.
no, they're like $1,000 difference.
You replaced it with something that costs $1,000 less.
Yes. So he said, okay, let's just do this. How about you just buy me the wheels and then we'll figure out the cost for the remainder of it instead of paying the $1,000 deductible. So I had got these wheels. I went all over town to get them, went through so much trouble. And then he's like, they're not the right size. They're not stylish enough for my car. I don't like them. They're ugly, blah, blah, blah. And it's pretty much where we are right now.
So why didn't you just get the money to buy them yourself?
Well,
why would you say
I was
you
just
go
studying
buy
it.
me the rims?
Yeah. Well, no, that's not what happened. Obviously, she wasn't sober when she was driving it because you don't do that much
She
damage to the
admits to
car.
being negligent. She says she went too fast, and she admits to agreeing to pay you.
But I was not drunk.
All right.
No.
The question becomes, sir, why didn't you go and pick out your own rims?
I did, actually. That's what I had to end up doing because when I got the car fixed.
Okay, and you have the bill for those?
No, the insurance actually had to cover that.
Okay.
It was
How much do you want and for what?
All I want is just for her to pay what I spent for on my deductible, which is $1,000, plus $200 of work was done to the car. My insurance would not cover that.
Good enough.
Defendant Karina Villegas was friends with the plaintiff, and she claims he constantly cheats on his boyfriend. And Karina has the pictures to prove it.
Ma'am, did you agree to pay the deductible?
The $1,000. He said $1,000
You
for
agreed
the
to pay that?
$1,000 for the deductible, or get me rims and then pay the rest. And I gave him $600 cash
And
plus
he
the rims. That was
rejected the
$1,000.
rim.
He rejected them.
rejected the
So
rim.
what I had to do is I had to sell them. And
Ma'am, I'm not interested in that. We're interested in you meeting the agreement that you made with
right.
him.
The agreement was I give him $600. Well, the
Did
price
she
for
give
the
you
rims.
$600?
If
When
she
did you give him the $600?
Right before he took a trip to Florida. So, I mean, what he's suing me for is for the trip for the rims that he bought, which were about $12,000. This is what I
that's
believe.
not what he's suing you for. He's suing you for a $1,000 deductible. He
That's
was
what he
very
says,
clear,
though.
and for $200 for car damages. He's very clear. You're all over the place today. You're just jumping around and jumping around. You do admit to being negligent and causing damages to his car, and therefore you're going to be liable as he believes you are and as I do as well. $1,200 for the plaintiff.
I'm sorry that things I've obviously had to lead up to this, but damage was done and I just want to get compensated for everything that was done
It's
to me.
understandable.